So, Andre, I got a question for you.
Uh-oh, Andrew question.
An Andrew question. So, you
No,
said
I'm ready this time. I'm ready this time, mate. You've done it a few times, and
I know. So you went to your meditation group, and you said the meditation lady picked on it right away. Would you care to share that with us?
yeah. Um, I go to this group, and I don't know if people have seen the movie Cocoon or Cocoons, and these old people that are just full of life. Well, the lady that I have found to be my meditation leader, she's 101, and she is unbelievable. She's 5 foot nothing. I call her Yoda, right? Because, in those movies, you just love Yoda. It's just like this cheeky little wise being that will, play jokes, but then it will just switch and it will just be like, holy crap. And she was born with sort of part polio, so she's got one short leg, and I think she had a burst appendix at some stage, and she's lost most of her intestines, so she can't really eat a lot. She was told she was going to die at like 30, and she's 101. But I know she's been here as like, that first wave sort of snowplow that made it easier for the rest of us. And she's led a meditation group for like 40 years, and many of the people there are all in their 80s and 70s, and and I'm just this young 37-year-old punk that comes in and blows them all away. But you said it's like a soul group, and it just feels that way. And it's very, I did a lot of learning last year and a lot of difficult circumstances, and I discovered feeling is prayer. And the core to that was to be able to go into this group of peace and love and unconditional love, and be able to carry that out into the world, because I learned that in this meditation group, she says, leave your problems at the door. Well, I just decided to leave them, my problems, and carry that space and go take it everywhere. And, I'm talking to you fine people now, so it must have been good. But she'll lead a group, she'll open it, and we'll do hands-on healing and those sort of things, because there's many psychics that go to this group, unbelievable in their own right. And then we'll have the meditation, and after the meditation, there could be up to 40 people, and she will give each one her reading of the individual's meditation. She'll give them a psychic reading, and it'll go around the group, and then we'll all just talk about stuff. And most of the people here would absolutely love her, and she's just love, 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 and she's got a bit of an English accent and stuff. But yeah, I said to her today, I said, look, I know me coming into this meditation group was to set me up for whatever's to come. And, I've met you and stuff like that, and we don't need to talk about that. But yeah, it's just like, I'm very lucky I've had these teachers come along and give me training in certain areas, no doubt like you, but not on that scale, obviously. But I've been through a lot of tough stuff like everyone, but I feel ready and fired up and angry, but angry in a transmuted way that's motivated. And now I'm just like, anyone I meet, if I've got a book that they're interested in, I just lend it. And or Andrew, I've planted many seeds to a lot of people hopefully listening in that should be ringing you now, buddies. But but yeah, like knowledge is power, and knowledge, it's time for the knowledge that everyone has it, and do your work and share, and have no vested interest, service to others and all that. And it's going to be so easy. It's just, we just need we need to hold our space.
So she did a reading on you after your meditation?
Yeah. I like I do with you, I record them. And she said that it was in relation to you, and it's about unlocking a door with a key. And I will have to revisit it to listen to it, but it's about taking it to another level. And yeah, I don't know how to perceive it. I'll probably need to sleep on it, but I'm sure you can tell me, mate. So you're here, and yeah.
I think it's that part of the reading that I told you about when you called a couple weeks ago. It's like there's lots of maps out there, and you gotta put the maps together.
Okay. She actually told me about a planet last Thursday as well, which is, she doesn't talk about that. And I mentioned how you told me to do that, and I probably need to focus on that at the moment a bit more, like you said. I feel that there's so much coming, mate. It's not funny. And, be the observer and hold your space. That's the key at the moment.
Yep, so. It is. Polarity leads to the very edges of it, where you are completely opposite of your soul purpose and your soul mission. And when you're in polarity, you're in that flux of positive, negative over and over again until finally you create a pattern that is only positive, negative, and no neutral. And when you're no longer neutral, you can no longer observe neutrally. You have to re-enter that state and allow life to flow by you. And as life flows by you in the polarities, you step forward in the neutral each time, creating the bottom part of the sine wave that is the forward motion of your energy of life. When I was asking Andre about that was a forward momentum and energy in his life, and that was a soul contracted moment, actually. Soul contract to be with that group and what he shares on whatever level he chooses to share. And when you become understanding that soul contracts are always in play, we get to one of the reasons that this show I'm doing. I'm soul contracted to give out as much information as I can, but it's the people's involvement and investment that brings the new layers out, the new potentials out, so we reach audiences on a grander scale. When I ask people like Diane or Andre to come on the show, it's because the show goes through its ups, its downs, its intermediates. It also goes through a time where the people that are listening have begun to hear the message and have begun to apply the tales. And those regular listeners need times where people can feedback much of what we're hearing on this show or any other shows, where it brings a deeper state of reflection on what the message is, which is empowering yourself. Empower yourself to heal yourself. Empower yourself to heal others. And then moving from healing is creating knowledge and wisdom and sharing it so each person has something to look forward to that's separate of this 3D world, where we can create and co-create together, and then eventually create and co-create in dream time. Each time taking the new step of energy, the new layer of discernment, the new layer of the neutral observer. So ultimately you can raise your vibration to meet your soul contracts, the highest forms of them. Because the contracts that are below you are the contracts of the fine print in the ego. And you can easily eliminate those all by being the neutral observer and then consciously saying, I end all contracts with fine print that do not promote my forward momentum of energy. When you reach that level that you can do that in a state of silence, you are literally changing your course of the future and returning your free will to you. Literally. We can say no to it at any time. And saying no and removing its power is the greatest weapon that every one of us have.
Like you say, Andrew, most of us truly are feeling very isolated from within. And the more that we can share and be buddies to each other, the better off we're all going to be.
You're right. Be buddies. That's what it's got to start at. Get out and talk to your neighbor. Stop being isolated. So many of us that look onto different subjects find ourselves isolated until we put out the manifestation we want other like-minded people around us. And when Andre became a part of that meditation group, he manifested that for himself because that's what he needed to heal in his life. We need groups like that all over the country, all over the world, people willing to share that honored space of just coming in to have silence, separate of the world. I can go into the Atlantean Lemurian concepts where that was commonplace. Instead of restaurants everywhere, there were groups that would get together and volunteer their time so that they could create a space of that energy. And whatever form of self-expression came out was allowed in that. Or if you wanted just silence, there were the groups that used the vibratory silence chambers. That was commonplace. Street corners were filled like that. And we're going to have to come into an understanding that business and commerce has redefined the way we live. And now we will have to redefine business and commerce in such a way that money is not going to be applied in any of the concept that we have. And so much about letting go now is letting go of the concept of money, because that's its anchor into this world. It's the root foundation of everything. It's what makes the world go round. No, we are what makes the world go round. We, the neutral observers, are ultimately the key of making this world go around in a way that helps everyone instead of helping the few.
We killed every one of them! Burnt their ships! Lancelot! How'd you pair the North? We spared a few, so they might tell their fellows what fate they met at the hands of King Arthur. Victory! Not for you! We drove the invaders back into the sea! The East is ours again! The West is free and with us! My friends, come here! The wars are over! One land! One king! Peace! Oh! Stand back! Be silent! Be still! That's it. And look upon this moment. Savor it. Rejoice with great gladness. Great gladness. Remember it always, for you are joined by it. You are one under the stars. Remember it well, then, this night, this great victory, so that in the years ahead, you can say, I was there that night with Arthur, the king. For it is the doom of men that they forget.
Merlin, your wisdom has forged this ring. Hereafter, so that we remember our bonds, we shall always come together in a circle to hear and tell of deeds good and brave. I will build a round table where this fellowship shall meet, and a hall about the table, and a castle about the hall, and I will marry, and the land will have an heir to wield Excalibur. Knights of the Round Table.